a sunny Saturday evening in the athletic grounds here in Armagh, where we have Carrickcruppen have just come out onto the pitch. Big squad. I think we were short a few jerseys. I had to run out and get a lack of jerseys there. So the Carrickcruppen boys have broken. They're gone down to the cathedral end here in Armagh to do the warm-up. I think the story is here in Armagh that they're not allowed to warm up, but it's an absolutely gorgeous day here in the cathedral city of Armagh. Carrickcruppen taking on Sarsfield. Both teams probably were happy enough with the draw. For this afternoon, we have John Morrison in the press box, and we have Eugene Craney. Eugene, absolutely, Craney is here today. His lovely wife Margaret was there earlier on, and of course Danny and Dara and Shauna keeping the thing going for Destination Uri, creating a little bit of history, of course, for the first time ever in the history of the GAA here in Armagh. We're streaming a match live around the world, so exciting times for Destination Uri. So we're glad to be here in this quarter-final championship match this evening in Armagh. The press box starting to fill. Gareth McCullough has just walked in, and I'm sure we'll pull in a few of the press boys and get an opinion from them and see what they think of this game. But I have to emphasise, this is an absolutely gorgeous evening here in the athletic grounds, and of course later on this afternoon we have Ballymacnab taking on Pierce Oaks. Earlier on, Sarsfield's in Middletown in the under-16 Division 3 final ended up a draw. Cracking match, I can tell you. A great occasion for young footballers to be playing here in the athletic grounds. We're 14 minutes away from throw-in here in the athletic grounds. Carrickcruppen was here with the girls the other night and playing Clonerne. We must congratulate Clonerne ladies reaching another senior final. We're absolutely brilliant. Carrickcruppen only scored 1 point in the second half. And just as I say that, we have Eugene Craney. Eugene, you're a Sarsfields man. You were involved in the under-16 match earlier on.
I think some of my relatives, Damien, would have something to say about that. The old Clonagale contingent going back a few years. But anyway, I'm living in Derry Trass and I'm here to support the Sarsfields in fairness. Our under-16s had a fantastic game earlier in the final of the championship against a very determined Middletown team. Ended all score, and we're looking forward to this game today. I just noticed there, Damien, looking out. This is one of the biggest sides I've seen in Armagh football for a while, this Carrickcruppen team. Yes,
Eugene, they are. They're fairly. There's a lot of big men, and from a Carrickcruppen point of view, I think probably it's time these big men stood up to the mark and showed that they can play football, because quite capable, and they are an exciting team once they get their act together.
Well, they're one of the clubs, as you know, has had problems over the last number of years with people leaving for work overseas to the States and Australia, one thing or another. But there's still a big squad, and Carrickcruppen had a big championship tradition at one time. They were probably kingpins when maybe Clonagale were a good side back in the 70s and 80s. But I know there's some very familiar names there, but going back to those days as well. But in fairness, I was looking forward to this match more than any other match in the championship, because it's not going to be one-sided. This is going to be nip and tuck, Damien, from start to finish. And you know, there could be a point either way. Sarsfields beat them in the league, and you know, championship football is different. Just looking at the Cruppen line out there with Billy Joe Padden and Stephen Hard in midfield. Sarsfields wouldn't really be noted for having big midfielders, so it's going to take a lot for Sarsfields getting top in that section. Sarsfields play the ball early, play it quickly, plenty of skill and everything else, but you know, it's going to be a very, very hard game. It could go either way.
Eugene, there's no question about that. Like when we look down and we see Billy Joe Padden, and of course Billy Joe and Mayo are involved in the All-Ireland final in a couple of weeks' time. It's a great connection for Carrickcruppen, and I suppose as Ulster men we have to support Donegal, but you know, there's a wee clink there, and we could be, suppose we'd be happy enough, doesn't matter who wins that one.
Yeah, very much so. You know, well, we're just sitting here very close to John Morrison, who had a hand in some of the Donegal success over the years. They've taken the game to a new level, but if you want to go back far enough, some of the teams years ago were playing defensively, including Kerry, so maybe it's a new thing. People say it's a new thing, maybe it's not, who knows. But I mean, it's very, very hard to sustain, as you've seen with Dublin. Pat Gilroy stopped off during the week, and now he's retired, and it's really difficult for a team to push it on the second year around. You know, it sounds like a nice idea, Damien, pushing on and getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and training hard, but I maintain that you still have the big carry in these teams who can do it year in, year out, you know, so that's the word is the minute.
And just so we see that, Eugene, we see the mighty Sarsfields, the High Moss men have just got their picture taken, and they're going to the Dalton Road end. We don't know, we think that Sarsfields will be lining out as shown. I know there is a couple of changes in the Carrickcruppen team, but it hasn't been confirmed yet, Eugene.
Well, ironically, if you're going to talk about Sarsfields, you had to look back with a tinge of sadness of what Kieran McGurk died very suddenly about 18 months ago. And I noticed there this week in the Sarsfield changing room they have a very big portrait of Kieran McGurk up there. I think they're using that as motivation. And Kieran basically went to the Sarsfields to manage him. He had been out of management for a while, Damien, and went back in. They were in the 3rd division. They've been in the 1st division for a long, long time, over 50 years. They were relegated, went to the 3rd division, won the 3rd, won the 2nd, dropped down to intermediate championship deliberately, won it, and now they're back in the senior where they probably belong. And this is going to be a major test of them today, a major, major test.
And of course, we do remember Kieran fondly, and we remember the great battles with Kerry down in the deep south, Eugene.
Down Killargland, Damien, you mightn't remember that there.
Eugene, I was there that day. I can tell you, that was probably one of the greatest days we ever had in the kingdom.
Yeah, very much so. That was the days when you could have beat Kerry in the league. You know,
and of course, Eugene, when we think back to them days, there was a train in Dundalk, and there was about 500 Armagh people on it, and we went to the kingdom, and they used to slow the trains down so we wouldn't get into Killarney late. That's right. So we couldn't get out.
Well, funny enough, when I spoke to Paul Grimley when he took over this year, the first thing he mentioned was about winning the hearts and minds of the supporters. And if a manager's speaking like that, firstly, he knows what he's doing. You know, I have a lot of faith in Paul Grimley. He's a fantastic manager. Anybody I've been speaking to from the 2002 squad and pushing right through have a lot of time for him. Great tactical coach. He supplemented Joe Kieran very well, who delivered us, as you know, with the dedication and all that sort of stuff. But looking back on it, Grimley was there with Joe and everything else. He maybe didn't get his chance, but he should have got it. But he's put everything behind him, as have the county board. And we're looking forward to Paul taking over. And if you're starting talking about supporters, win their hearts and minds then first of all, and then you're halfway there.
So Eugene, you would contend that the orange juice is sizzling in the Orchard County?
Very much so, Damien. Now, I don't think any of us are under any false illusions about where we are. It's going to be very, very difficult to basically contest an Ulster final. I mean, there was a time it took it for granted, women maybe 7 out of 9 and going on win the All-Ireland. People would say we should have won more All-Irelands at that particular time. But Paul has his work cut out. At the end of the day, Donegal are there to be beat. They look like the form team for the next 3 or 4 years. They're fresh enough, and they'll probably be good in Ulster, irrespective of what they do in the All-Ireland stage. So they're the team. You have Tyrone coming back with a young side next year. Mickey Hart knows what he has. But in all fairness, I would think you'll see quite a few faces going and quite a few new boys coming in.
And of course, a lot of young footballers on show here tonight. Eugene, we look at the Carrickcruppen, there's a lot of young fellas in Carrickcruppen and a lot of young lads on Sarsfields.
Yes, well, look at young McCullough there now, for example, starting. He's only maybe 17 or 18 years of age, famous name, as you know. Starting corner forward. If you look at the Sarsfields team, there's a guy there, number 14, a very underrated player, a fella called Paul McCahey, who was with the Armagh squad 3 or 4 years ago. An out-and-out runner, good forward, good scorer. You have Richard Stevenson, corner forward. You have young Johnny Rellens back just from Irish League football as well, who's one of their top scorers this year. You have a damn good defender as well. Young Johnny Niblock, full back there. He's an ex-Derry County player. So many Niblocks involved with Derry over the years, but they've a decent line out.
So Eugene, when we look through this, we have to fight our way across the top of the PS system here in Armagh. Renowned, Sean McCann's renowned for this. But Eugene, I suppose when this draw was pulled out of the hat, both Sarsfields and Carrickcruppen here would have been very happy with each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Damien. That's the way it had to be. I mean, you want to avoid people like Cross McGlenn and Pierce Oaks, who I think will give it their all this year. I would fancy the Oaks to probably beat Ballymcnabb, but who knows with Grugan and McPartland, the boys flying fit anyway. So Pierce Oaks are the form team in Armagh, irrespective of how well Cross McGlenn are playing. I think the Oaks are coming in this year as the form team into the championship. I know they're just about got through the last round. Cross McGlenn are the team to beat. They're going to be the team to beat right through. And in all fairness, I watched them here against Murray last week, and they've got the forwards even without Jamie Clark. But I watched their defending. Their defending is absolutely fantastic.
Eugene, what Cross do? Cross go man to man in the defence, right? And I firmly believe that if the ball is delivered quick from the middle of the field straight into the inside line, and the inside line is in front, because that's where the Cross McGlenn defenders, they mark in front. They're not afraid to go out. They're not waiting out to go, and their attitude is, this is my ball all times. And if you can get that into the mindset of the opposing team, you could be in for a couple of cracking games, Eugene.
Well, it was interesting, Damien, to note that Oisin McConville was warming up along the sideline. He didn't actually come on against Murray. But at the end of the day, there's a psychological thing there. If you see Oisin warming up and you're 5 points behind Cross McGlenn, automatically you're saying this guy's going to come on and win the game irrespective. That's the sort of quality the fella has. I was very impressed with Paul Kiernan, by the way. Very, very impressed. There was times he was marking Stephen Falker, who got a goal. Come in on the blind side, got a nice goal. But very impressed with him. I think Stephen Kiernan's good enough to play for the county. That's the other thing. Great feet, good vision. He's an ideal anchor man on the forward line, centre half forward. He can spread the ball about. And the one last week without Paul McKeown, the one last week without Jimmy Clark. So they've a lot of people coming in, and some of the new guys come in who you hadn't heard of. Young fella Hughes got up and got a goal in the first minute. So they've got the quality, but But at the end of the day, they're going to have to beat Pearse Oaks to win the championship, in my opinion.
Okay, there's no doubt of that. So Eugene, we're getting ready here in the next couple of minutes as we see. Thanks a million, Eugene Craney. We'll talk to Eugene at half time here, and we're battling hard against the PA system here in the athletic grounds, but we're going live around the world. So thanks to Destination Uri and of course Design Works. We have to say, don't forget the Sunday Sports Show 78 tomorrow evening with Simon and myself, and we'll have a special guest in. We're looking at a couple of good guests coming in at the moment. We're getting confirmation later on the night, early in the morning, but not to be missed. And we'll talk about the night, and we'll also be talking about the game tomorrow, the All-Ireland semi-final, the hurling, and we'll be giving a good description of what's happened to all the local sport this weekend. And of course we'll talk about Ireland's well, I don't know if it was a bad performance last night, but obviously it was a good result because they did win. Like, so they're just calling out the Carrickcruppen team, and I think if you look along the bottom of their ticker bar, you'll see the both teams. There is some changes on the Carrickcruppen, so if you see them in strange numbers and whatever, that's the way they're lining out. So we'll see what happens here in the athletic grounds. So I'm just coming a little bit closer to Dara here. I do have to say hello to Paul McGibbon from Lurgan. Paul, it's great to have you on board here. Spread the word around Lurgan. We always have a great bit of crack with the Lurgan lads. Of course, Jared Reel's big pub up there in Lurgan town. It's always good fun with Jared and the lads up there. Great GAA men. So we've just got through the Carrickcruppen team, but I'm think there might be some switches in it, but we're not sure. So we're 3 minutes away from the start of this quarter-final of the Armagh Championship here in the athletic grounds. So it's okay, the sound's dead on. Dara's happy enough, and of course Dara's keeping us right here, our technical backup, Danny and Dara, and Shauna. Well, Shauna's always in the background keeping us right. And a great match last night on Destination Uri. A couple of great matches, but I did watch the Clonduff match, and it was a superb match with Streva right down to the wire. I thought it was going to end up a draw at one stage. Oh, and of course, don't forget live football on Destination Uri on Monday night, and of course the Sunday show. Yeah, and the Sunday Sports Show tomorrow is 7 to 8, or well, we can roll past the top of the hour. It depends on what mood Simon and myself's in, if we're enjoying it, and Sean's happy enough, our production manager, to keep it going. We enjoy it. We know the word's gone out there and people's quite happy with what we're doing, so you're very welcome to Destination Uri, young vibrant media group in Uri. That's just taking the sporting world by storm. And of course, if you would like your club featured or any sporting item you want us to cover on the Sunday Sports Show, let us know. Put it in your comments, and let's have your comments wherever you are tonight. Mike Moore, Mike, I know Mike's going to be listening in New York, so Mike from High Street, it's great to have you on board. Patrick McCullough from Camla, he would have been playing here tonight along with his two cousins, but unfortunately Patrick has a big game tomorrow in the New York Championship. We wish him well. Cavan's playing, so we wish them well. And of course, Patrick's listening in Woodside tonight. So Patrick, let us know what you think of Destination Uri's coverage here this evening on the live GAA Saturday afternoon from DestinationUri.com. So there we go. It's just been announced that DestinationUri.com streaming between Carrickcruppen and Sarsfield on the internet. And we would like to welcome online viewers throughout the world to the Morgan Athletic Grounds here in Armagh for tonight's game. Anyone who has relatives anywhere in the world may contact them and let them know that they can make comments throughout the game and send greetings throughout the game. And from Monday onwards, the game will be up and running on the DestinationUri.com website. Well, there we go. Sean has said it all. I need to say no more. Carrickcruppen are gone into their huddle. This is a huge match for the young footballers of Carrickcruppen here this evening. Carrickcruppen have the potential to be, well, it could be cause an upset in the championship. There's no doubt about it. But Sarsfields, the High Moss men, are exactly thinking the same. Two good young teams here in the championship. And, well, everybody's saying this could be a draw because Carrickcruppen beat Sarsfields in the league earlier on this year. And then 2 weeks ago, Sarsfields clipped Carrickcruppen's wings down in the High Moss. So it's going to be an entertaining game.
there has been a late change of linesmen. The linesmen are now Kieran O'Murrahu on Portmore, agus Seamus Mackay on the Piercy Oga, Kieran Murphy of Portmore, and Jimmy McKee of Pearsall.
So that's the linesmen for this afternoon's game. Very experienced officials here in the Morgan Athletic Grounds. An absolutely gorgeous evening here in the Athletic Grounds. Ger Devlin, well, Ger referees, both hurling and football, very experienced official in the middle today. So the toss has been done. The teams have decided what way they're going to be playing. And of course, this is where it all begins for both Carrickcruppen and the mighty Sarsfields. See Gary Boyle, the manager, Micheál Kane. We have to wish Micheál the very best. Tomorrow afternoon he heads to Dubai and then he goes on to Australia. He's looking forward to it. And of course, only for a bad injury, Micheál probably would have been playing here this evening. So we wish Micheál Kane a safe trip to the far side of the world. And of course, when he gets there, he'll be able to follow us here on Destination Uri. Well, the Carrickcruppen boys thought there was going to be the national anthem, but the referee says, no lads, let's get into your position. So Carrickcruppen are firing into the cathedral goals here in the Athletic Grounds. Sarsfields will be defending the Dalton Road end, if I've got my geography correct here this afternoon. And don't forget to let us know where you're ringing or where you're listening to or where you're watching, because we're all around the world this afternoon creating history here for Destination Uri in the Athletic Grounds. Destination Uri going live around the world, coast to coast, pole to pole, satellite to satellite. There's not a nuke we can't get into tonight, because this is what we're doing live on Destination Uri. I look down to see Jerry Flynn on that. Jerry Flynn and Andy McCardle talking to Sam McClatchy. So the game is about to commence. I will say hello to Patrick McCullough. The game is on. Ball's picked up in the middle, pushed long down towards McCullough in the corner. Gets his hand on the ball, picked up there by Keenan. Keenan rides a tackle, pushes the ball back. Ball's pushed in and it's broken down. McCullough gathers it up. An opportunity, passes the ball back to Harold. He puts it up, and the first score of the afternoon goes from Stephen Harold. Great work by young McCullough in the corner forward position. So Carrickcruppen take the lead right in the first half. So we wait for Darren McAvoy, and if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll be able to see all the team list, as we're led to believe, is lining out here this afternoon. So Patrick McCullough is tuned in Woodside, New York. McAvoy kicks it long, coming towards the middle. Bounces off somebody's head. Picked up there by the Cruppen man. Rolls off the tackle. But great work there by Sarsfields. Getting it up. Pushes the ball inside to Murray. Murray has been fouled. Murray tries to get quick ball in. The ball gets in first time. Well, there's a turn on the Cruppen man. So Sarsfields on the attack. Could be an opportunity for Sarsfields. There's a bit of a pull there. That was a free, but the referee says play on. Ball put back, up in the air, and it goes to the right, and wide. A chance for the Sarsfields to draw level. So we have to say hello to the Sarsfields PRO. He's watching in Grada in Italy. Probably my Italian isn't too good there, but Come Sabella for the Italian listeners this afternoon. John Morrison's listening in here. John's delighted to see the GAA moving forward with the new technology. John McCullough, he was away in Europe there for 3 weeks, flying around Europe on the trains. Ball kicked out, down the middle, coming down. Punch forward. Sarsfields come out, Patton gets after the ball, ball's broken down. Referee says that's a free, so Billy Joe Patton, the man from the West, is here in the Cathedral City this afternoon, playing for the mighty Carrickcruppen. Sarsfields have an opportunity here to draw the game from a free from about 48 metres out. Michael Stevenson's going to be clipping this one. I wonder, is that Michael that went to Boston, or is it one of his brothers or cousins? That's him. He's in from Boston. Probably a wee bit jet lag there, the way he pulled that one. So Eugene Craney says definitely the jet lag had a factor there. So that ball pulled to the right and wide. So of course, let us know where you're listening in this afternoon here on Destination Uri. Love to hear it. Colin Stevenson watching in South Carolina, USA. Up the hoops, Colin, you're very welcome to Destination Uri, lovely part of the world. Ball's dropping down here in the sunshine, broken down. Out comes Patton. Billy Joe Patton pushes the ball long. Sarsfields playing with a sweeper in. behind. McCullough goes down, pushes the ball out to Carville. Carville comes out looking for support. Carville gathers it up. Where is the man coming from support? He looks around. Paul Keenan's calling for it. Paul Keenan gathers the ball up, goes one way, goes the other, thinks it back into Patton. Back to Keenan. No, he still has a hold of the ball. He's looking up and he's going to go left footed. Pulls this one up in the air. He would have been better giving it into Keenan, but it's up in the air. Breaking down. 2-3 men waiting on it. Knocked out again. Keenan has a chance here. Broken down. And that's going to be a 45. The first 45 of the afternoon. And we have 3.5 minutes gone here on Destination Uri's first live game from the Armagh Championship. Eamon McCarn watching in, Derry McCash, lovely part of the country up there, Eamon, the Blue Chapel as we would call it, up round the Blue Chapel. Conor O'Hanlon watching in Leeds, up the Crupps, good man Conor, great to have you on board this afternoon. Ward gets round the world very quickly. The Destination Uri is covering this game here in the athletic grounds. So Carrickcruppen have a 45 right on the line. Referee blows the whistle. Cruppen man takes his time. Strides forward, puts it up in the air, coming in and going over the bar. That's a great strike there from the man from Carrickcruppen, big Dacky Carville. So Declan Carville gets a 45. So the score is 2-0. Darry's looking up the score. It's all in Irish up there. It's very hard to see it, but it definitely says the Pats, Carrickcruppen, St Patrick's 2 up. Sarsfields. There's a great catch in the middle of the field. The ball's broken down. Referee says that's a free. He's given a free to Sarsfields for somebody's foot coming in, but the men in the hoops drive forward, pushing it over the far side, away out towards the east stand. Colin McVerry chases after the wing forward from the Sarsfields, and the ball goes out, so the referee has indicated that's a line ball. Carrickcruppen on the attack over on the far side, put into Keenan. Well, Keenan missed that one. Somebody shouts go for the ball, Paul, but tell you what, when you try to look at the numbers on the Sarsfields jerseys, it's pretty hard. Sarsfields up the middle, our high ball coming in over the top, broken out. Sarsfields have a chance, pushed in, McCullough is up off the crossbar and over, so the first score. McGeown puts that one over the bar. Eamon McGeown. So it's 2-1. 2-1, 5:36 gone. And of course you can see it up there. Dara had the camera on the scoreboard there 2 seconds ago. 2-1 in favour of the men from Camla. John McCullough. Kicks the ball down the middle of the field. It comes, spins along the ground. The Sarsfields gather it up. They're coming out with the ball, spinning back. And we're number 21, McGeown. So McVerry gets that ball out on the far side. So Cruppen on the attack, away over on the far side, trying to get the ball inside to Keenan. Keenan looks up. Cruppen need to be getting the long ball down, but the Sarsfields men, well, they have a sweeper in. Carrickcruppen need to counteract the sweeper, but then of course Cruppen have a sweeper in as well, so that's the way modern football goes. The pressure is on the forwards to deliver. Sarsfields on the attack. Ball goes in there too. McGahey playing well. Lovely ball inside, an opportunity. Has he overcooked this one? And it's gone over the end line. So that's a wide ball there for the Sarsfields. They're having a great debate here in the press box. Gareth McCullough, Eugene Craney and John Morrison. John Morrison, an absolute legend in Gaelic football, a man 20 years ahead of his time. So McCullough kicks the ball out. Harl goes up. Broken down. But Billy Joe Patton steaming up the middle. Hand to toe, looks out, gives the ball back. Carville's out looking for that ball. Back to Patton. Patton pushes away down the corner. Carville comes out, and the Sarsfields fullback pushes that one out for a line ball. So we're waiting for Carrickcruppen. If they step onto the line of play, the referee will call the game in. It's very, very tight, but that ball was given away. That was a very lackadaisical kick there from the likes of Dacky Carville. Sarsfields take the quick kick out. Up they come, the far side. Tackle's coming in, but Cruppen man left for dead there. The hoops on the attack. Ball's pushed inside to the Stevenson, looking up one way, checks one way, goes round. Sarsfield's pushing forward. This time it's with Murray. Murray tries to go forward. He's grabbed that one on the ground. That was a lift ball. The referee has indicated that was a lift ball. Of course, Destin Newry got that one first because the referee was blindsided. We have 8 minutes and 20 seconds gone. The referee has indicated bring the ball up. Somebody is saying something to the referee. Ball's away and on towards the far side. Carville knocks it down, but there's no one from Cruppen there. Out comes the Sarsfield man. Ball's pushed out that time again by Murray. Murray has made himself available. This time it goes into McGahey. McGahey goes hand to toe down the left side here, looking up for support, tries to go around one man. There's 2 Cruppen men around him, but he still has the ball. He's going to be pushing this one in. As I say that, he holds on to it. He's looking for support. The Sarsfield's men come running around, but they give that ball away. He tethered and he tethered there. Harless got the free. Well, I thought he sort of punched that, but obviously he kicked it. Paul Keenan comes out looking for the ball. Paul Keenan's looking for Shimmy Hughes. Shimmy Hughes is going to be launching this one in. He pushes this one in towards Carville. Carville's come out, he gathers it up, he spins round one way, he looks for support. Cruppen have only one man inside. They need to start getting men inside. Keenan's going to go for the long range free. He puts it in, it comes in, the keeper comes out, pushes it out, out comes the keeper. Carrickcruppen need to be probably a wee bit more cuter in the forward line, isolating men. Of course, keep your comments coming here and we'll let you know what's happening the way over in the east stand. We look out, Carrickcruppen have stole that one back. Down along the line, McCullough, he gathers it up, he looks round, he gives the support ball inside. Carrickcruppen have an opportunity here to get one on the board, but that's the hand come in, the ball's broken down. Carrickcruppen playing very, very deep, no men inside. Out comes McAvoy. McAvoy gives the ball out. Sarsfield's coming up the left side of the field here. No Cruppen men around him, so ball's pushed out. Well, the big Sarsfield's man there tries to lift ball clean off the ground. The referee says play on. Keenan comes in, puts the tackle in. Referee says play on again. Maybe another lift ball. That's number 18. And of course he's not number 18. That's Mark Reynolds. Mark Reynolds were number 18. But the Sarsfield's men on the attack up the middle of the field, pushing the ball, trying to play it wide. It's 2-1 in favour of Cruppen. Cruppen haven't scored this last 5 minutes. A little bit of a tug there, and the referee says that's a free on Stevenson, the man that was in Boston for the summer. Had a superb championship in Boston and a great run with Armagh. So it's played back. Man wearing number 18, Mark Reynolds. He's everywhere. He's back, he's forward, he's going forward. He just drops the shoulder, put on the afterburner, and he pulled that one to the left. That was an opportunity, and of course keep your comments coming in here this afternoon. Fiona Flynn and Jerry Watson and Derry up the Crupps. Well, Fiona, it's great to have you on board this afternoon. Well, Neely McNulty says, great idea, this streaming, watching from the Brook. Couldn't make it because of work. Keep up the good work. Thanks a million for all the good messages here this afternoon. So John McCullough's going to be putting this one out. There's 2 Cruppen men standing on their own. Sarsfields, they've got their defensive strategy in play. A big catch in the middle of the field, but Cruppen gathered that break ball, pushing it down. Well, that ball has gone down to the right hand side. There's not a Cruppen man to be seen. He might as well stay in camera at this stage. Ball's pushed out to the corner back. Stevenson, Peter Stevenson offloads the pass inside. Tackle's coming in by McCullough, chasing after his man. Out it comes, Sarsfield's underneath it, spills the ball out. Tackle's coming in. The wing back, Breen, the referee has indicated that that's a push or a throw. Little bit of a dig there, and the referee says play on, lads. Pushed out underneath us here. Sarsfield's getting a lot of pressure by Keenan. The ball's on the ground. Keenan soccered along the ground. Paul Keenan picks this one up, looks up, but there's not a Cruppen man inside. Keenan's going to have to do it all on his own. He's going forward, he's looking for the support. There's no support there. Keenan looks round, not a man to be seen. So he gathers it up, spins round, looks round. Back to Connor Sloan. Connor Sloan, the youngster from Clockray. Well, Connor Sloan, the referee should have let him go because Connor, it's on his left side, and Connor would have put that one over the bar with the greatest of ease. Don't forget the live sports show tomorrow evening between 7 and 8. So Connor Sloan, one of the young players here in Carrickcruppen. He collected in All-Ireland colleges last year with St Paul's. St Paul's marched into McCrory this year. But Connor could be playing down in Belfast for Queens or St Mary's or some of them teams. Connor Sloan puts this one up in the air. Great shot there from young Connor Sloan. Great free by the youngster. So Carrickcruppen 3-1. Helen Stevenson, aunt of Peter, Richard, Michael and Colin Stevenson watching from Carvella in Tuscany, Italy. Come on, the hoops. We're all around the world. We're around Europe. We've been around Europe 3 or 4 times today, over in America and back down to England. So it's great for Destination Uri. And of course, the sun is shining brightly here in the athletic grounds. Darren McAvoy, he pushes the ball out into the middle of the field. The ball is up, dropping down. Pushed back, 2 Cruppen men, 3 Cruppen men left it there. But out comes the hoops, picked up by the midfielder from Sarsfields. Larry driving forward with the ball. Tackle comes in from behind. The referee has indicated that's a free, and the modern day footballer, he puts a tackle in from behind, and that's Faker Bradley, the man that was playing hurling here last Sunday for Creevrua. He tackled from behind, and the referee has indicated that that's a free. So this is bread and butter stuff for the men from the High Moss, the mighty Sarsfields. That looks to be McGowan. Michael Stevenson. Eamon McGowan was right the first time. Eugene Craney got me wrong, so that's a handy one there. Eamon McGowan put that one over. 3 points to Carrickcruppen, 2 points to Sarsfields. Halfway through the first half, streaming live here on Destination Uri, round the world. Carrickcruppen have a free man, David Kelly. David Kelly, he's supposed to be lining out a corner forward. He's wearing number 4 or something like that, but he's playing a sweeper, pushing that one long. But these balls are definitely poor coming into the Carrickcruppen forward. Carrickcruppen forward men are never going to get scores like this. Sarsfields build from their own backline, up the field they come. The sun is shining very brightly into the press box here. Great bit of a tackle there, but Sarsfields on the attack. A little dink pass in over the top, out comes Hughes, but he didn't get it. But Harl has picked this one up. Harl's going forward, and they just need to watch what they're doing with this. Pushing it into McCullough. McCullough gathers the ball. He looks one way. Where's the support play? It comes in from Harl. Stephen Harl. He goes down, but this is going to have to be a long range point. He puts this one up in the air. That would be a mighty score if it goes over the bar. A superb strike from the boot of big Stephen Harl. The score of the game so far. The Carrickcruppen are playing with men very deep behind the ball. They need to be pushing the half forwards up the field. Trying to see is there any breeze, but there doesn't seem to be any breeze. But Cruppen would be favouring the bit of breeze as we look down and see the way the flag is flying here in the athletic grounds. 4 points to 2 here in this quarter final of the championship. 15.5 minutes gone. Darren McAvoy from the Sarsfields kicks the ball out. The ball is coming out into the middle of the field. Well, there's a little bit of a push there. The referee has indicated that that's a free. I'm not sure what way he's given that one. He's given it to Sarsfields. So that ball comes into Murray. Eamon Murray pushes it out. Murray goes forward looking for the return pass. Stevenson puts the head down, takes a lot of steps, gets away with it. Back to Murray. Murray looks one way, goes the other, pushes the left foot all the way across the side of the field. But out come the rear guard from Cruppen. Picked out by Mark Patton. Mark Patton spins the pass inside. All the way out to Harl. Harl's got a lot of space here on his own. He's looking up who wants the ball, he's saying. A great run there from James Hughes, the barber from Camla. He gives it inside to Daggy Carville. Daggy Carville offloads the pass to Harl. Harl picks it up, turns round. There's about 5 Sarsfields men around him there, and the referee has said he overcarried the ball. The referee was a wee bit hard on him there. Tackle come in, great bit of a tackle there, but Carrickcruppen need to be pushing this in. Sarsfields need to get the rear guard back. The look up, Patton's going to be pushing the left foot at one end. This is coming in over the top. Carville comes out, the keeper comes out. Oh, it's taken off the back line there, so well done to the rear guard of the Sarsfields. Out by Murray. Murray seems to be everywhere, playing like a Martin McHugh type of role here this afternoon. We've got a severe glare coming off the glass here in the athletic grounds, trying to look out through it, but it's probably better than the rain. Sarsfields way over on the far side on the east stand into the corner. Pushed up in the air, coming in. McCullough calls for this one, but it's caught in there. Well, the Cruppen man's knocked to the ground, give the ball away. An opportunity here for Sarsfields. Could this be a goal? A great stop there by McCullough. That was a chance for the Sarsfields to get a goal on board Carrickcruppen. Lackadaisical in defence, but a great block there by the keeper. But Billy Joe Patton's coming with the ball. Billy Joe Patton looks one way, looks the other. Carrickcruppen playing a sort of a defensive type of game here this afternoon. McGill looks down, pushes the ball down towards Carville. Knocked out, that's a line ball. Linesman Jimmy McKee says that's a Carrickcruppen ball. We're looking down here. We'll keep the comments coming in here on Destination Uri. We'll keep you up to date as the action goes on. So Connor Sloan. Jimmy McKee points to the spot. Connor Sloan well capable of putting this one over the bar. But this is probably one of the daftest rules that the GAA have ever invented. If you cross the line of scrimmage, it's a free. or a hot ball, or whatever you want to call it. He tries to pull that one in. It's coming, dropping down. So the linesman says, or the corner umpire, Damien, give me a buzz about, press night. That must be James Daly, or would that be Sinead Reels? So Sinead Reels listening in this afternoon and watching on Destination Uri. So Dackie Carville playing up front along with Kayla McCullough, a two-man forward line. Four wides for Cruppen. Broken down. That's a handy enough ball. Out come the men from the high moss. Spinning back. There's always a man free in the defence. Lavery's coming up the right-hand side. Lovely fist pass away over into the corner. Down the far side. Up in the air it comes. Is that a score? No. Pull to the right and wide. 4-2 in favour of the men from Carrickcruppen. 19 minutes gone here. That's the Sarsfield's first wide. Fourth wide. Somebody's say. Another quick kick out. David Kelly was almost sleeping there. David punches the ball out to James Hughes. James Hughes comes down. Niall Saxon is free. Underneath us here. Niall Saxon gives the ball back to Hughes. Hughes looks round, spins the ball inside to Harold. Harold pushes it all the way out to the far side. That's a poor enough ball going into the forwards, but Cruppen have gathered it up. It's on the ground. Dackie Carville spins around, picks it up, gives the ball back to Padden. Padden checks one way. Billy Joe's going to unleash the big right foot. It's up in the air, but this time it goes to the left and wide. Jamie Clark watching in New York, up the Rangers. Jamie, it's great to have you listening to Destination Uri. Good luck tomorrow in your semi-final. Underneath us, has come up the left-hand side. Corner forward. He's wearing number 13, but he's not playing corner forward. So this time it comes out to McCahey. McCahey looks round, spins the ball round, but Cruppen have stole that one. They're coming forward, down the hill in the athletic grounds. Keenan's on his own. He looks round. There's 2 or 3 Sarsfields men. Keenan puts this one up in the air. That's a mighty score from the boot of Paul Keenan. Great score from Paul Keenan, but Carrickcruppen are playing with a 2-man full forward line, and there's about 4 Sarsfields men, but Sarsfields take the quick kick out. The referee says play on. Everybody stopped. The whistle was blown, but he says play on. Sarsfields on the attack, away over on the far side. Ball's pushed out. Still in the play. Jimmy McGee's overdone. No, Jimmy's here. It's the other linesman, the new one that came in. So it's a line ball. Well, the linesman took his time there. Cruppen thought it was theirs. Sarsfields thought it was theirs, and it definitely is. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen here. It's definitely very, very warm this afternoon in the athletic grounds. Ball's up in the air. Oh, an opportunity here for the Sarsfields. Pushed up in the air. Referee has indicated that that's a free. Says there was a slap coming after the ball was kicked. So this is going to be a handy one for Stevenson, I would imagine. John Murray says, great to see the championship live on the net. Good job, Damien, from all in Clonerne. John, Clonerne Super Club up there in Lurgan. They done well the other night down here with the girls. They played Drumatee in the senior championship final, so good luck to the 2 teams. That looks to be McGowan this time again. Takes his time, bounces the ball a couple of times. Just clips this one over the bar. That's his 3rd free. Or his 3rd score, 2 from frees and 1 from play. 5-3. So Cruppen again have a man wide. They're playing with a sweeper. David Kelly's a sweeper. They're looking for the quick ball, but McCullough's saying, no, we're going to go long with this one. James Hughes is out. Well, if he was any closer here, he'd be sitting beside me. Kick long, down into the middle. Keenan goes out. He tries to get a hold of it. He goes after his man. Paul Keenan's going to be picking this one up. Well, he missed it. Soccered back. Keenan should have went down on it, but the Sarsfields gather that one. It's broken down. An opportunity here. Sarsfields get that one away. Connor Sloan gives it back to Paul Keenan. Paul Keenan puts this one up. It's coming into the keeper, and it's over the bar. Another good score from the boot of Paul Keenan. The 2nd score of the afternoon. 22 minutes and 40 seconds, and it's great to have the lads from New York listening in and watching the game here this evening. Jimmy, if it's warm in New York, it's absolutely as warm here in the athletic grounds. We have an injury to a Sarsfields man, so just keep the comments coming in. Helen Stevenson and Peter Mitchell. Oh yeah, we already had that one, so it's great to have all the Stevensons watching the game here this afternoon on Destination Uri. It's a wonderful concept, streaming live games. The quality is absolutely superb. We have to thank Dara for that. So we have a man down injured. Well, we look round here and we see the press box has got very quiet here. The Hacks are sitting here with the sun. The sun is blinding us here as we look out. So Eugene Craney says, speak for yourself, but everybody's up and running. So Darren McAvoy is going to be clipping this one out. Darren, the netminder from the high moss, puts a high ball up. Harl looks up at it. Harl goes up. Or is that Saxton? But the ball breaks out. Saxton has it now. The man with the blue boots. Saxton goes down the right-hand side. An opportunity. Well, it goes inside. Well, that was a poor enough ball into the Faker Bradley. Faker's caught out. Up come the man from the high moss. Away over on the far side. Up the middle. They're steaming with the ball. First time ball, but given away. Out comes McGill. McGill, a cultured footballer with Patton now. Patton gives the ball back to Keenan. Keenan looks up. Where's the support coming from? Harl calls for that one. He gathers it up. He looks up. He's going to be pushing this one in, and he pulls it to the right and wide. An opportunity for Cruppen. A wee bit of lackadaisical effort there by Big Harl. Gemma McGivern is watching, and Derry says, come on the hoops. Gemma, it's great to have you on board here this afternoon. Jared Austin, ex-Sarsfields player watching in Scotland, says many thanks to Destination Uri. Absolutely, George, great to have you here this afternoon. Well, for all our expats away from home, we think this brings a lot of joy to you here. Doesn't matter if you're from Sarsfields or Carrickcruppen, the game is live on Destination Uri. Away over on the far side. Well, the ball has gone out. The referee has indicated that's a line ball for Cruppen. It's really very, very hard to see what's going on here with this sun shining directly in our eyes through this big, thick glass in the athletic grounds. We're in a very sterile environment here this afternoon, but you can never keep us boys pleased. Carrickcruppen have a line ball. They've only one man inside it. Carville's calling, pushing it in this side, but the ball goes out, but full back picks it up. Poor ball going into the inside line for the Cruppen men. Sarsfields up the middle. Ball comes out to Breen. Breen puts that one up in the air. Patton gathers that one, spins round. Big Mark Patton, Billy Joe Patton. Billy Joe Patton pushes a lovely pass inside to McGill. McGill has ghosted up. Hughes pushes out to Keenan. Back out to Hughes. Hughes, the barber from Camla, shoots that one over the bar. Great shot there from James Hughes. 26 minutes gone. Carrickcruppen 7 points to 3 here in the quarter-final of the championship. Carrickcruppen probably playing with a slight breeze. A tight championship match. Patrick Murphy and son, the son of Francis and Pat from High Moss, watching in Australia. Gosh, we have them from all around the world, Europe, America, and now we have them in Australia, so you're very welcome to Destination Uri here. The ball spills out on the far side. Referee says play on. Cruppen gathered that one up. Away over on the far side, Billy Joe Patton. Billy goes down the left side. There's nobody coming near him, but he still has the ball. Looks up. Who wants it? Spins it all the way back. But he didn't. The Cruppen men give that one away. They probably would have been better just pushing it in. But Sarsfields up on the far side in this, where the stand is covered over on the far side in the East Terrace. Up comes the full forward, McGahey. He ghosted up. Cruppen gathered that one up. Saxton pushes it down. Carville comes out, but Keenan has it. Keenan looks up, gives it to Carville. That's a great strike there from the boot of the man wearing number 12, and that's Stacky Carville. I'm getting my numbers mixed up as I look down here because there's that much happening on Destination Uri. This live streaming here this afternoon. So Carrickcruppen 8 points to 3. 27.5 minutes gone, rattling up towards the end of the first half here in the athletic grounds. McAvoy.
At the end of normal time in this half,
ball's broken out, but Sarsfields gathered up.
Added time. A general shot by Bumacek.
The tackle there by the Cruppen men. Out they come with the ball. Saxton spins round, looks up. Well, the referee says that's a free this time. The referee's going to be calling the Sarsfield's man over to have a little chat with him and exchange a few niceties and probably taking a little tick or a yellow card. Well, he's looking for his number. Jared Devlin, very experienced referee. Will he be issuing the first yellow card of the game? And there's going to be, well, Jimmy McKee has indicated there's going to be a substitution here by the looks of things. So we'll get to see what Jimmy's saying down here. And of course, don't forget, keep your comments coming in. We're all around the world this afternoon.
Program Onady and Sarsfield. Substitution on the Sarsfields team. Number 2, Kieran McAlinden will replace number 13, James Carmody.
Well, the Carrickcruppen men are trying to get the ball inside, but there was 3 or 4 Sarsfields men in the rear guard. Out to come with the ball, spinning it out. The Sarsfields build from the back, up to come, but out comes, well, that was the corner back McGill, but Sarsfields on the far side. It's really impossible to see the numbers of these jerseys. We'll have to talk to somebody about striped jerseys and black numbers. Carrickcruppen have stole that ball back. Faker or Bradley. The referee says play on. That looked to be a lift ball. The referee says it was a lift ball. So the referee says that's a free. Handy enough one to be getting, but who's giving it to? He says Carrickcruppen fouled it. I thought that was a free the other way, but sure, when you look back, you'll be able to see what I'm saying. Well, that's definitely a free this time. You go down on the ball like that, that's a free. So we're rattling towards the end of the first half. 29 minutes and 50 seconds gone here in the first half. Carrickcruppen ahead 8-3. But of course the game is never won in the first half. Ball goes into Carville. Carville's sitting waiting, but Carville, he pulled his man. Carrickcruppen need to be thinking a wee bit more cooler for the forward division. Sarsfield's defending well. Ball comes back inside. Referee says that's a free. So Mark Reynolds is everywhere this afternoon. Gives a little quick pass inside to his big midfielder, Lavery. Lavery goes forward, back to Reynolds. Reynolds drives forward, looks up, goes one way, goes the other. Where's the support? Away over on the far side. Cruppen cuts, leaping there. This time the ball goes up and it goes to the right and wide. And Eugene Craney looks out with total bewilderment and saying, why are they kicking them wide like that? Kieran Kerr, Sarsfield's player, watching and bending on with David Lavery. Come on, the hoops. Great to have you on board, lad. This afternoon on Destination Uri. We're rattling towards the end of the first half. We're 1 minute into extra time. The referee is looking at his watch. He'll probably blow the whistle. No, yes, that's exactly what he does. The half-time score, Carrickcruppen 8 points, Sarsfields 3. But I must emphasise there is a strong old breeze blowing down the field here in the athletic grounds. And of course we'll see, can we get an opinion here from some of the lads? Eugene, Carrickcruppen 8 points, Sarsfields 3 points, but Carrickcruppen playing with 2 men and scores are hard to come by.
Yeah, Damien, both teams are playing sweepers, as you can see. The Sarsfields started off playing very, very deep. But in all fairness, Cruppen are playing a very, very simple game and this paying dividends. Sarsfields are over-elaborating with the ball. They're carrying the ball out of the fence. Too many passes, too much indecision, and in all fairness there was about 6 or 7 times when Cruppen basically dispossessed them by getting them a good shoulder charge, hitting them a clout, walking around, picking the ball up and clearing their lines. Keenan's coming into the game more in the last 10 minutes. Paddon's getting involved, Hard's getting involved in midfield, and if you look at the two teams there, one team are trying to play a basic, simple football, first time deliveries, it's paying off, and the Sarsfields are over-elaborating and running the blind alleys, and that's the difference in the two teams, Damien.
Eugene, when we look out here with the sun, and we shouldn't be complaining about the sun, but when it's coming in over the back of the houses and our faces here with a very, very strong glare coming through the glass here, it's pretty hard to see the teams.
Yeah, very much so. You know, it's a fantastic day for the supporters. Big crowd at the match here, as you can see. And you're looking across at the sunshine directly into the press box here, and there's a little tint in the glass, as you can see. But, you know, an enjoyable enough game. The game, in fairness, just hasn't opened up enough. Sarsfields are relying almost totally on Mark Reynolds coming out of the fence, carrying the ball forward. There's not much movement up front. I mean, you have Paul McGowan inside there, who played for Armagh Miners 2 years ago. He should be starting to mature as a player. His brother Eamon's up beside him. They made a great block for Paul to go on top of the keeper that time. But if the team that plays a simple football in the second half will probably win it, and Cruppen are very, very economic, and that's why they're in front.
Yeah, just we look. Mike Malone says it's brilliant. We're all watching in the Bridge Bar in Sydney. So if you're watching in the Bridge Bar in Sydney, we're all going to give a wee wave here from the athletic grounds. John Morrison, John, if we turn around here, we can get a look here because they're watching us in the Bridge Bar in Sydney. John Morrison, I have to say, probably one of the most super coaches that I know. John has been he's a legend here. And John, you had a big influence in Donegal, you had a big influence in Mayo and Armagh, and of course the youngsters of Armagh Harps here over the years. Your call on the game here this afternoon.
Well, just 2 points. Carrickcruppen are very direct. They're playing a very fast game. They're giving the ball before they're hit. Sarsfields are hindering themselves because Cruppen, because of the way they're playing, are more coordinated. Sarsfields have played a sweeper system, a double sweeper. It isn't working. They're working space. And because Cruppen are giving the ball before the hit, it's impossible. Paul Keane was allowed to take some fabulous fights from long range. Nobody tackled him. But one of the other things I'd love to ask the Sarsfields people, do they spend a lot of time teaching the go games? Because too often, one solo, a bounce and a solo. I'm watching players, they're doing that all day with Sarsfields, and by the time they get their head up and look around, the opportunities are gone. Whereas 3 seconds is a better rule, without even no go games. It's slow. Sarsfield's game is slowed down with the fact that they're constantly bouncing the ball and taking a solo before they hit it.
Well, John, just when we talk about the go games, and I don't know what your opinion is of the go games, but I would agree with you. The ball in quick is the ball, always. And I know Sarsfields definitely did try to nullify the Cruppen. And I suppose from a Cruppen's point of view, that's a great compliment for young Caelan McCullough. Playing a second senior championship match here, they're trying to nullify him and Carville. So that's good from the point of view.
The point I'm trying to make, and it's not disrespectful to Sarsfields, it's the fact that Sarsfields seem to have a lot of intelligent footballers there, but every time they drop the head to take their bounce, the vision goes. And the game's all about vision. So their game is actually slower than it could be because of the fact that they're playing one solo. And it's obvious, most of them, now it's not every time, but quite often they take a bounce, a solo, and the chance is gone to spot the openers because they're actually losing out in their own vision.
Well, look, there's no question about it, John, but I know a game is never won in the first half because I know from the other night and playing a team from Lurgan, we were playing the mighty Clonerne girls here the other night at half time. We were winning by 5 points at half time. We ended up getting beat. We only scored 2 points in the second half. But I suppose from a Cruppen point of view, it was them goals in there that we were playing into, John. But what has Sarsfields got to do to lift the game here?
Well, stop bouncing the ball. Obviously, they can solo and keep their head up as Cruppen are doing, or give it before it hit. The other thing is, it's obvious the need to dispense with the double sweeper because they're leaving themselves short around the middle where Cruppen's dominating. If they go man to man and just play the ordinary, they're good enough. Young Mark Reynolds is having an influence, but he has nobody to hit the ball to. So he's caught in the ball a lot of times because he's soloing around because there's nobody there. They're all behind him.
John, from a Cruppen point of view, I'm glad you're sitting here in the press box and you're not sitting down in the change rooms of Sarsfields. We have to say hello to a couple of people here. Just Tom Daly, St Paul's, Belfast says, this is the future of the Armagh Championship. Live streaming. Great work. Young McCullough, nice to hear you again. Sure, look, Tom, it's great to have you on board this afternoon. And of course, we have another one here. Sean from Sarsfields. Sean Mustard from Sarsfields, or not from Sarsfields. Gosh, God be good to me. From the Wolf Tones, good man, Damien. Great initiative, Sean. It's great to have you on board. And of course, this is an absolutely fantastic idea. Peter Quinn says, Cruppen looking good. I still think it could be a job, could do a job in the middle of the field. Big Peter Quinn. Peter, he did play a bit of football for Carrickcruppen. And Peter, I would say if you spoke to Gary Boyle this week and said you want to come back, I would say, Peter, you're very welcome.
Well, one of the other things Sarsfield could do in the second half is break the ball in midfield instead of trying to catch it. If they put a marker on Paul Keane, he's doing a lot of damage. And I say because Sarsfields, the golf is only 8-3. The golf has been created by Sarsfield's own player, rather than by the other team being a lot golfs ahead in terms of building. It's still open, but those simple things, Sarsfield could make a mark in this game.
Well, John, just when we talk about that, before we let you go, I know you want to go and get a wee cup of tea there. John, you had a big influence with Mayo and Donegal, and you have a fair insight to the mind of Jimmy McGuinness and a whole lot of the Mayo lads. What's your call on that one?
I think it's impossible to make a call on. It's impossible to make a call on any game. In fact, I hate people saying to me, you know a lot about football, because then I usually give the wrong opinion. No, both teams need to avoid the fear factor. I think Donegal's fear factor come about because the county has already become complacent, not necessarily the players, and Jim will strive to make sure they don't. But when you have two county councils in Donegal arguing over where they should have the victory celebration, that's dangerous. Mayo in this case have overcome the bogey yet again of semi-finals. Now they've got to face a final. Now, the team that they always did probably stop them in mindset throughout the whole county was Kerry. They're not there anymore. So I think both teams have a chance. Obviously, Donegal will be by far the favourites for most people's eyes, but that was the case with Cork and Dublin, and there's a lesson learned there. For me, it's even Steven that either team. It depends on. I like the way Mayo have dispensed with the temptation to go a blanket or anything. They're playing a very solid man-to-man game because they've got players capable of doing it, and it's still the most effective system in Gaelic. Donegal, if there's injuries to Mark McHugh and McFadden, their system mightn't work as well. But most people, and the people I would look at most, because they're the ones that money's depending on, is the bookies, and they will put Donegal favourite. So it looks like Donegal's, in everybody's eyes, going to win it, but you can't tell.
John's been very cagey there, and of course John definitely coached the lads there. We'll have more comments coming in. John is in New Jersey, USA, says, come on the hoops, tell the lads to steady up. John, we've already just said that. We've just said steady up there, the hoops. It's very, very hard. I have to emphasise the point here. It's very, very hard to see the jersey numbers when we're looking out through the window here in the athletic grounds. Sean says, glad you corrected that, Damien. Sean, yes, I definitely did, and I would definitely say I got carried away in the moment there because it's exciting times in Destination Uri this afternoon here. We're streaming our very first match live around the world. We have people listening in all around the world, and we look out, I see Shane McElroy. Shane's heading to Australia in a couple of weeks' time, and Shane's out there. Ashley and Aoife's looking in at us here this afternoon. They're happy enough. They're from Cruppen, and of course Shane does that the cage fighting, and I can tell you he's a mighty fighter. Shane, he's heading off to Australia in a couple of weeks with his buddy, and I look out and I just see. Well, we'll just tell you who we see here. Mick McCreesh is there, Tommy Lynch is here, a lot of Sarsfield's men here. So the Sarsfield's boys come out in the second half. So we'll try and get the stopwatch sorted out here. This is one of the things I try to do on my watch. I look down, and if you can hear the little thing beeping. So John Morrison's talking about fixing the tackle, and we'll maybe get John in someday. Lads, I'm going to ask some of the lads to fix my time watch there. Can we get it back to naught? As a million things happening here on Destination Uri. Says, been shouting at my laptop for the past 38 minutes. MN says, you've been shouting at the laptop. Go Cruppen. No point shouting at the laptop, I can tell you. I've done that many times, but that's not the laptop's problem. That's mine, because I don't know what I'm looking at sometimes. But when I'm looking at Gaelic football, I'm pretty happy. Gareth McCullough, well, Gareth, he knows a fair bit about Newry City, and he also knows how to work stopwatches. So Gareth, thanks a million. That's another man we'll have to have in the Sunday sports show some evening. Gareth says, we're glad to come on board and have a crack with you on a Sunday evening. So the Sarsfields is out, and I'm going to see, can I recapture my little team sheet from Eugene Craney, if Eugene would give me down my team sheet. Eugene Cummins stole mine, so I'm looking down. I'm going to have to steal it back. The paper one, Eugene, as I look down. So Eugene says, I seen Eugene lifting it. James Doyle, the mighty man, right? So James Doyle, he's going to be playing in the Worlds. That man has a story to tell, and I can tell you, Destination Uri will tell you that story of James Doyle. He's a legend in the handball circles around the world. And I look right, you can see all the lads here. Well, the lads are looking at the cameras here. There's the boys going. There's all the Cruppen men, but the Cruppen boys come back on the field. So the Cruppen lads are a wee bit happy enough here this afternoon. Well, I normally seen youngsters coming in. I see their young Aidan Rice's young lad, Cormac Rice is here. So the Cruppen men come out. The sun is juked in behind a cloud, and we can actually see out for a change. So a big half for Sarsfield's required, and a mighty half for the men from the hoops in Carrickcruppen. I have to thank Dara and Danny here this afternoon. The camera now goes back out. So we're lucky enough now, it's gone off me so I can relax. Patsy and Mickey done a brilliant job last night, and of course the Sunday game tomorrow night and live Gaelic on Monday night on Destination Uri. Carrickcruppen 8 points, Sarsfield's 3. Ger Devlin will be throwing this ball into the middle. A mighty half by both teams required here to march into the semi-final. The game goes on. A great catch there by Sarsfields in the middle. Pushed long. An opportunity. First score of the second half. Can the men from the High Moss clip it over the bar? Cruppen defend in numbers. Sarsfields playing with the breeze in the second half. Checks one way, checks the other, tries to pull it in. Pushes it out wide. It's up in the air. That's a mighty shot if it goes over, but it goes to the left and wide. And Michael Stevenson, well, that old radar still off from the mighty stretch coming from Boston to the High Moss. It's a long journey, I can tell you. Jared Smith, Sarsfield's PRO, says, hoping the High Moss can come up to the game in the second half. Jared, it's great to have you. Yes, of course you'll be delighted that the High Moss men would get on board and win the game. So all we can say is we have approximately 29 minutes plus injury time to go. Little bit of a push on Harl, but Harl gathers that one, spills it down, but it's picked up in the middle by John McGill. John McGill pushes it out towards McCullough. McCullough comes out, he gathers it up. McCullough looks up, he gives a lovely sweeping pass into Carville. Carville goes out, McCullough tries to come back for it, but Carville has gone past his man. Carville looks up, he tries it, and he punches it over the bar. No, is it gone over the bar? It's gone over the bar. Very cute work there by Carville. That's his third point. I suppose Carrickcruppen's point of view, they have to thank Caelan McCullough. He had his foreman last night, and he went to the meal, and then he came home. That shows determination and tells you a whole lot about young footballers today. Ball's pushed out into the middle of the field, broken down past everybody, but out comes, well, there's a little bit of pulling and hauling underneath us here. Billy Joe, the man from the west, he offloads the pass to Harl. Harl looks up, there's a man on the outside, but Harl's been pulled. He goes forward, he's a big strong fella, is Harl. Harl looks for the return pass, it gets in over the top, McCullough comes in, the keeper comes out, ball, McCullough was knocked down, the ball spills out comes the Sarsfield's man, pushed it long. Patton goes, the ball comes off the shins, Patton's down injured. Paul Keenan has the ball, he offloads the pass, the referee says play on, the ball gets into McCullough, McCullough offloads the pass away over on the far side. He looks round, where's the ball coming? Over to Harald. Harald waits on this one. He goes one way, he pulls a right footed shot, and he pulls it to the left and wide. Well, there was a couple of chances. Patton's down injured. Well, we have another couple of messages coming in. Sean is working overtime this afternoon. John Joe says, why are the Armagh Championship games not streamed live? Great work, Damien. Well, John Joe, the mighty John Joe, we have John Joe Nevin, and we have John Joe watching the game here this afternoon. Yes, and of course, it's all done by volunteers here this afternoon. So John Joe's listening in. Patton's up. The referee says play on. The game ball is kicked out, broken down, but Sarsfield's gathered the break ball away on the far side, pushed it long down towards the men in the corner. But out comes the rear guard from Cruppen. McVerry, he spins one way, he looks up, he's going to be giving this one all the way back to McGill. McGill's a cultured footballer, gives a great pass into Saxton. Is that Hughes? Well, this time Patton has the ball. Offloads the ball away over on the far side. Cruppen slowing it down slightly. Well, that's a high looping pass. 2 or 3 Cruppen men going for that one, but they all got their communications mixed up. The satellite bounced off another satellite and the message didn't come through, but Sarsfield's gathered this one. All they're coming down the field with the ball. Big man in the middle of the field, Lavery. Lavery goes one way, goes the other. Pushed inside, Sarsfield's on the attack. Kelly comes out. Kelly from Lurgan, Clonerne. He played for Clonerne, but he's playing for Cruppen. He pulled the man there. The referee's indicated that that's a pull. That's a silly free to be given away there from a Cruppen's point of view. David Kelly will be getting a little ticking for his misdemeanour. Don't forget the live Sunday sports show tomorrow afternoon between 7 and 8, and of course live Gaelic on Monday evening. Ball goes over the bar. We have Stevenson. So we're looking for Stevenson. That's his first score of the afternoon from a free. 4.5 minutes gone here in the second half. See, Schumacher getting warmed up down below us here. John Morrison is very, very happy. John Morrison says the sweepers are gone, and Eugene Craney still has my... He still took my notes there, so... Ball's broken in the middle of the field. Out it comes to Patton. Patton gives a lovely long ball down to Carville. Carville pushes it out, but it's picked up there by the wing back, Breen. Breen, lovely pass away out to the far side. So Sarsfields have decided to go man to man. There's no sweepers activated at this stage from the Sarsfields point of view. Referees indicated there's something happening. There was a misdemeanor from the Cruppen point of view. Carrickcruppen need to steady the ship here. So there's a little bit of a tug there. So the referee spotted that we have a substitute coming in for Carrickcruppen. Paul Cunningham comes into the game. Paul Cunningham is coming into the game. But the game goes on and the ball is pushed over the bar. McGowan got his other one. That's his 4th score of the afternoon. So we have a substitution. Patton come off, he got injured, so we have a substitution. That's McGowan's 4th point of the afternoon. So Sarsfields 9-5. Cruppen are ahead. The score is on the screen there. As we look down, you can see the score on the screen. Don't have to remind you. John McCullough kicks this one out, coming out into the middle. Harl goes after it, breaks it down. The hand comes in, the referee says that's a lift, but that's a foot in, so it's a free for Sarsfields. Carrickcruppen just need to settle themselves down a little bit. Ball is pushed in quick underneath us here. Sarsfields 21, Paul McGowan, big Paul McGowan. Sarsfields, well, they've got men overlapping here. This ball is up in the air, and this is definitely going to go over the bar. So Sarsfields, Ian Murray puts that one over the bar. That's his 1st score of the afternoon. So Sarsfields gather that wee bit closer. There's only 3 in it. John Morrison, well, he did say at the start that Sarsfields got rid of the sweepers and went man to man, they would get dividends. So they're telling me here that they're strong finishers. Well, Pat McGill says good work today. We need to relax a wee bit more. Of course, Pat McGill, great man with the underage development squads in Armagh here this afternoon. So Sarsfields have got that little bit closer to Cruppen. There's only 3 between them here. 7 minutes and 20 seconds gone.
Paul McCunningham at Glacu Marcus O'Patine.
Gary Boyle and Barry Flynn, the 2 managers from Carrickcruppen, are having a good discussion on the line here, deciding what they're going to do here.
By number 4, Paul Cunningham.
So Paul Cunningham has come into the game for Patton. Gary Boyle and Barry Flynn, a good discussion underneath us here, but the ball comes out into the middle of the field, broken down. Sarsfields winning all the break balls in the middle. Carrickcruppen winning in the first half. Reynolds, well, he's surrounded by the men in red and white, but the ball's going long. Dangerous ball coming in over the top. Kelly comes out, misses the ball. Another opportunity here for Sarsfields, driving forward, hits the shot, and a cracking goal. A super goal there from Sarsfields. Michael Stevenson, well, he must have got all the jet lag out of him there. That was a super goal. So it's all square here. Carrickcruppen haven't started in the second half. 1-6-9. It's all square in this quarter-final championship. Carrickcruppen need to rejig their team round. Sarsfields, well, all the people watching around the world this afternoon from the hoops end are delighted the way the game is panning out. It's all square. Stevenson, long range shot along the daisy cutter route, and she ended up in the back of the net. It's all square. It's all to be done again. Again, Sarsfields win the middle. This is actually what happened to the girls the other night from Carrickcruppen's point of view. Can this be the go-ahead score from the Sarsfields? Up in the air. And it is. Stevenson again, he's getting a lot of space out there. I don't know who's marking him or who's supposed to be marking him, but they're not getting very close to Stevenson. Again, Gary Boyle and Barry Flynn decide, what are we going to do here? But Sarsfields have won the midfield battle his last 3 or 4 outings. So Flynn and Boyle have a lot of hard thinking to do. The ball's coming out into the middle. On the ground, Hughes gathers this one up. Jimmy Hughes, he looks round. Where's the support? Referee says that's a pull. So Carrickcruppen get the free. Carrickcruppen down by 1-7-9, 10-9 here in favour of the men from the High Moss. The High Moss men. Well, there's going to be another substitute coming in here. Oh, Jimmy McGee has spotted something. He's calling the referee over. Somebody's going to be talked to here. Whoever it is. Jimmy's looking up the field. Ger Devlin's heading towards the top end of the field here. He's just saying, hold on a minute, lads. We're going to look to see who he's going to talk to. Well, he's talking. They're going to be talking to Carville on his marker. No, he's not. He's only going to be talking to Daggy Carville. So Daggy's getting his name taken. And Jimmy McKee spotted that one. Jimmy, the linesman spotted it. Well, there's a bit of Carrickcruppen boys arguing among themselves down here for looking for the ball, but Harl gathers it up. They're down by 1. Harl looks up, he gives the ball away. Carrickcruppen will win an easy ball in the first half, but Sarsfields have weathered the storm. A long kick in there by Paul McGowan. Away over on the far side, there's an overlap. Reynolds has gone, goes it up on his own, but the great tackle over on the far side by Kelly. Kelly goes forward. He gathers the return pass. Carrickcruppen down by a point. He pushes it long. The ball goes in over the top. McCullough knocks the ball down. Well, he should have caught that one, but he didn't. Sarsfields are up in the ante here. Kelly hits a big hit there. The referee says play on. Another great ball, but it's coming in over the top. Out comes the keeper. The keeper gathers this one up. McCullough gives it back. Saxon has this one. He looks up. Where's the support? He's driving up the middle between two men. He's pushed to the ground. The referee says that's a free. Well, it was a good old tackle, as they say in football. Keenan goes forward. Keenan gathers it up. Keenan goes one way. He goes the other. He goes with one way, and he still goes the other way, and then he gives a daisy cutter inside. McCullough, well, he tried to get that one up, but he didn't get it. He should have had it, but Keenan has it. Keenan has the ball. He looks round. Where's the support? There's not coming in. It goes all the way across, way over on the far side, coming out to Carville. 1-2. Carville gathers the ball up. He's going to have a go. He puts this one up in the air, and he pulls it to the left and wide. That was a crucial shot, says somebody. So Barry says Morrissey and Sidebottom have not unpatched McCullough. Well, we like to keep you informed here of what goes on. There's no question about that. But Carrickcruppen 9 points, and of course Sarsfield's 1-7. A super goal there by Stevenson, the man that played in Boston. He flew in for this match. We thought he was a wee bit ring rusty, but he absolutely got a super goal. The ball is kicked out by Darren McAvoy. Away all the way down the far side. Kelly goes out chasing after the ball. He goes the long way. He heads back towards Mahery on that one, but McGill comes out. He goes inside. Cruppen need to be getting the ball up to get a score. They're struggling to get scores up the field. The sun is juked in behind the clouds. Carrickcruppen are down by a point. Billy Joe Padden. Billy Joe's been pulled to the ground. The referee says play on. Sarsfield's putting tackles in here, playing well at this stage of the game. Carrickcruppen just cannot get their hands on the ball. But Sarsfields could go 2 ahead here. Going forward, puts it in his left foot, puts it up in the air. It's coming in, and McCullough comes out. McCullough's been pulled to the ground. So that's a free out. Something else has happened. The referee has spotted something else here. He's going to be talking to somebody. Oh, he's talking to Paul Cunningham. Paul's only into the game. Paul's getting to know Ger Devlin fairly well here. That's a wee yellow card for Paul. Kieran Kerr says, keep the scores coming, Mickey. Well, that's it. There's no doubt about that. He must be talking about Mickey Stevenson. Mickey Stevenson's going awful well here this afternoon. 1-7-9. Carrickcruppen have only scored 1 point in the second half, and there's 13 and 31 seconds gone. And this time that puts a lot of pressure on Harl. He gathers it up. Sarsfields are playing Cruppen up high up the field. Harl goes long, and the ball's pulled out of his hands. Well, the referee knew his rules. You can't actually do that in Gaelic football, but that doesn't affect the men from Mahery. They're going forward. Another chance here. Big midfielder Breen puts this one up, and it's off the post, or Lavery, and it's over the bar. Sarsfields go 2 ahead. Well, definitely wasn't illegal. You cannot pull the ball out of a man's hands the way it was pulled out, but it doesn't matter. The score stands. So Sarsfields go 2 ahead, 1-8-9. Paul and Rushing watching on honeymoon in Hawaii. Brilliant coverage. Well, I have to say, well, We have to congratulate you on getting married. I'll not tell you what the boys in the press box are saying here, but Sarsfields are winning every battle in the middle of the field. Carrickcruppen need to make some changes in the middle of the field. The Sarsfields men are ruling the roost. The long ball comes in, it's dropping down, and it's gone to the left and wide. We have to congratulate the newlyweds over in Hawaii this afternoon. Downman says, well done everybody. So the boys here are saying they're the second half team. There's another substitute coming in for Cruppen. Mark Rice is coming in. So I wonder, will Carrickcruppen make the change? Everything going wrong, take off a corner forward. We're about to witness another substitution coming here. Again, Harold, well, he gathers that one up. Pushes it long, in over the top. 2, 3 Cruppen men run into each other. And that's another big hit there. McCullough's down, he's injured. Referee says bring the ball up. So McCullough's injured. Jimmy, Marion McGuinness is out there. Marion, super footballer. Mark Rice has come into the game. We're not sure who's coming off for Cruppen here. I'm not sure if Cruppen have brought a man off yet, but well, it looks to be Shimmy Hughes coming off for Mark Rice. So Dackie Carville has a chance to bring it back to 1. A free on a 38-metre out. Pressure kick, puts it up in the air and puts it over the bar. There's only one between them. That's Carville's 4th score of the afternoon here in the athletic grounds. There we have breaking news on Destination Uri. Malachy O'Rourke confirmed as the new Monaghan manager. Well, we'll get an opinion from the lads later on that one. So Malachy O'Rourke will be the new Monaghan manager. I can tell you what, I wish I had a £20 on that one. That was one that came out of nowhere on that one. But Sarsfields are ahead. Darren McAvoy pushing the ball long. Referee says pushing. So it's a free for Sarsfields. Sarsfields doing everything right. They've done away with the sweeper. They've gone man to man. Way over on the far side. Well, that's a hit there. The referee says that was a free out, because when I look and see what happened there, you cannot tackle a man when he's catching the ball in the air and put him down. So the referee didn't give the free there. The Cruppen man's down injured. It looks to be Paul Cunningham. The referee says it's a sideline ball for Murray. Well, somebody has said something, so the ball's been pulled inside. And I would say probably the Cruppen men had a fair opinion there, but you have to keep quiet. You can't talk to the referee. So this gives Sarsfields another opportunity. Gemma McGivern says, lovely goal from Michael Stevenson. Good work, lads. Keep it going. So, yep. Sarsfields. They have a free. So Sarsfields weathered the storm. The storm in second half here. Carrickcruppen struggling in the second half. 18 minutes gone. 12 minutes left here towards the end of the half. Put up and put over the bar. McGowan again. That's his 5th score of the afternoon. So Cruppen need to start up in the ante here. Eugene, what do you think?
Damien, traditionally the Sarsfields are a second half team. They tend to rely a lot on fitness, and it's going to take all the fitness they can endure. But one refreshing thing is that it's nice to see Michael Stevenson scoring from play. Last year we looked at him as basically an out-and-out free taker with a county. At one time he was scoring like 78 points in a match, but he's scoring from play. Got a great goal. Just to let you know that I was just off from the under-16s we had earlier. We got a draw and I was a bit confused. So Johnny Reynolds isn't starting. Kieran Kerr isn't starting either. They're both away on holiday, so I wish the boys well over there. I know that the PRO from Sarsfields is on holidays as well. He's watching it online. So
okay, Carville puts the ball into McCullough, but it's a poor enough pass. McCullough gathers the ball. He offloads the ball to Carville. McCullough gathers the ball up. He hits this one, and he nearly gets it in the back of the net. And a superb save. Another opportunity and another block there by the goalkeeper. 2 saves in 2 seconds there by the Mahari. 3 saves by the Sarsfields. Goalkeeper, they have an opportunity there for Carrickcruppen to get the ball in the back of the net. They couldn't take it. Could this come back to hunt them? The men from the High Moss, Eugene, well, they were lucky there.
Well, Damien, that's the Armagh sub-goalkeeper there, Darren McAvoy. He was originally a Wolf Tones man, got transferred to the Sarsfields 4 or 5 years ago, but he's the guy who's been with the development squad with Armagh. He's second in command with Armagh goalkeepers at the minute, but it's a fantastic double save. In fact, John Morrison said it may have been 3 in a row.
So there we have it. Sarsfields weathered the storm. The ball is pushed in. An opportunity. There's a man over left. And if this ball breaks out, well, picked up there by Billy Joe Padden. Big Billy Joe comes up the field. He gives the ball to Harold. Harold comes up the field. He pauses the ball all the way inside to Fraker Bradley. Fraker Bradley gives the ball into Daggy Carville. There's two between them. Daggy Carville goes one way. He goes the long way. He looks round. Where's he going with it this time? He puts it on the left foot and it goes in. And a great catch there by the keeper again. But then balls, well, you shouldn't be giving the ball. But the ball's on the ground. The keeper comes out. There's a bit of a wrestle for the ball. In under, the referee has indicated. Well, the referee took the easy option out there. He gave the free out. I would like to be watching that one there in replay. Message from Perth, Australia. Woke up, thought Damien McCullough was in the house, but lads, the game on. So hello to all and well done. Niall McGinn in Australia. So Niall McGill's listening in Australia this afternoon or today or tomorrow, whatever it is in Australia. I'm just not too sure. Paul and Roisin watching on honeymoon in Hawaii. Well, we did already say hello to Paul and Roisin. It's great to have you on board here, but I suppose we have another injury here, so we're just going to be seeing what's happening. The views are coming in, 250 clicks coming in this afternoon, and this is a soft approach here from Destination Uri on the Armagh Championship. We have a man injured down there. John Morrison's happy his prediction was right. I suppose from my point of view, I'm not happy with that prediction, but John, he knows it. He knows his football. Gareth McCullough, he's waving and he's agreeing exactly what John has said. 9 to 10 points. There's 2 in it. And Sarsfields are doing all the play in the second half. 9 minutes left in this championship. Can Carrickcruppen pull this one out of the bag? Well, they need to get their hands on the ball. They haven't won any ball in the middle of the field this long time. And all the big men from Carrickcruppen need to be standing up. I see young Conor Boyle going to be coming into the game to try and do something. Gary Boyle is talking to his son Connor. He's telling him what to be doing here. He's going to be saying, you need to go in here, Connor, and do something. But Sarsfield's on the attack. This ball goes long, down, punched out. Well, Cruppen have got this one up. There's a big hit coming in from the men from Sarsfields, but Cruppen get on with the game. Way over on the far side, they're down by 2. They nearly had a goal a moment ago, but the Sarsfields men stood tall. Referee has indicated that was a pull. Pushed long. Carville goes down. Well, he didn't get the ball, but this time, well, that was the left ball by the looks of things. The referee says play on. Carville has an opportunity. Cruppen need 1 point to make one between them. Away over on the far side, is somebody going to take the responsibility to put it over the bar? Inside, but again the rear guard from the Sarsfields stand tall. Carrickcruppen taking the wrong options here. They had the chances. They've only had 2 scores in the second half. Not good enough to be winning championship matches here. No question about it. McKeown pushes the ball back to Stevenson. Inside, an opportunity, but this time for the Sarsfields fall forward. He clips this one and he pushes it over the bar. There's 3 between them. So Carrickcruppen are down by 3. They don't look like scoring. As I said earlier on, we have a double substitution. Daggy Monaghan's coming into the game. So we have a double substitution. Declan Monaghan and Conor Boyle goes in. McCullough comes off. Carville Monaghan goes in. Declan Monaghan's in and Conor Boyle's in. So we're waiting to see who's going to come off. Carrickcruppen probably want to play with 16 players at this stage of the game, but they're not allowed to. Conor Sloan comes off. No, McCullough still in. Sloan comes off. Not sure who else came off. Again, ball broken. Sarsfields win the break ball again. An opportunity here for Sarsfields, but it's swept up on the far side. Carl McVerry coming out. Carrickcruppen down by 3, 110 to 10. There's 3 points between them. That looked to be a throw ball from Davy Kelly, but he pushed it away. Out comes Stephen Harl. Stephen Harl going forward with the ball up the middle. Cruppen haven't scored this long time. Keenan's calling for it. Harl goes the long way around. He's been pulled, and the referee has indicated that that's a free. Cruppen have a man on the outside. Keenan, well, he's going to take his time. He's calling Carville in. Ryan says in real keeping, Darn. Well done, fella. Keeper Darn, so that's Darn McAvoy. Super keeper is Darn McAvoy. Big pressure kick from Declan Carville. 6 minutes left here in the championship quarter-final. Carrickcruppen only scored 2 points in the second half. Declan Carville kicks this one off the ground, and he pulls it to the right, and it sails over the bar. So that's Declan's fifth score of the afternoon. There's 2 between them. Mark and Forkill says Destin Uri is the future. Mark, we have to agree with you there. No question about it here this afternoon. There's 2 points between them. 2 points in Gaelic football isn't really a great score to be holding.
Number 30, Conor Boyle, has replaced forward Paul Cunningham.
Yeah, so 110 to 11. I can tell you. The ball comes long. It's dropping down. Oh, there's a bit of a pushing and shoving there, but out come Cruppen with the ball. John McGill, he goes out the other way, but he tried to overcook the ball, and the pressure cooker sizzled, and the ball was lost. Great bit of tackling by Sarsfields, coming in over the top. Out comes McGill, broken down. Hughes, he's coming out with the ball. Billy Joe Padden, way over on the far side, pushes the ball to Boyle. Boyle is fouled. He looks up, who wants the ball? He thinks a little bit short to Billy Joe, but the referee has said bring the ball up. Somebody said something there, so this ball needs to be pushed in towards the top. Kelly has this one, back to Billy Joe. There's 2 points between them. It's very, very tight here. Harl's going forward. He's been pulled. He puts it up in the air. And is it over the bar? It's over the bar. Stephen Harl's third score of the afternoon. 110 to 12. There's only 1 between them. And there's 26 minutes gone here in the second half. We have all the excitement on Destination Uri. Last night we had a super game down in Park Esler. Another exciting game here this afternoon down in the cathedral city of Armagh, where the sun has just slipped behind the clouds for a moment or two. And that man McAvoy, he saved the Sarsfields bacon earlier on. But Sarsfields gather this one up away over on the far side. Ghosted past. An opportunity here. That's a big hit, that's a foul, but the referee says play on. An opportunity. Stevenson puts this one up in the air. The pressure comes on. McCullough comes out. Oh, great catch there by young McCullough in the goals. He caught that like his uncle many years ago here in the athletic grounds. The game goes on. Billy Joe Padden. There's only 1 between them. Could this game be a draw? Joe McManus called it a draw in the paper. Daggy Carville's out. Daggy Carville looks up. Who wants the ball? Back into Harl. Harl goes down the left hand side. Paul Keenan goes down towards the corner, but the hit has come in. A great tackle, but Harl should have pushed that one. Murray got the hand in. Carrickcruppen should have delivered the ball in long and quick. But there's only 1 between. Emmett Murray got that one out. So Sarsfields build from the back. They're coming up the field. There's only 3 minutes left here in the game. That's a foul. The referee says no, it's not. Play on. Can't lie on the ball. But Sarsfields give the ball away. 2 men goes for that ball. Who wants it the most? Well, it's rolling about. The referee's going to hop this one up by the looks of things. There's only 1 between them. This is a very important ball. Possession. Well done to the Sarsfields men. Pushing it out. Going hand to toe. Pushes the ball inside. Where's the support? The support's not coming in. He looks round. A lovely pass away on the far side. This is going to go long. He's going to pull the trigger, but he waits. He gives it over. There's an overlap here for Sarsfields. Great bit of tackling by Cruppen. Up in the air it goes. Can this be the score for Sarsfields? Stevenson again. Carrickcruppen had the chances up there. That puts 2 between them. Paul McGee clipped that one over, so a help by Stevenson. Carrickcruppen give it away. An opportunity for Sarsfields. Cruppen trying to take the quick one, and it's gone to the left and wide. Well, Carrickcruppen had this game sitting sweet
Fogra, Exeter Hashaw, by that woman's pressure at Allied. At the end of normal time in this half, there will be at least 2 minutes of added time.
Again, the Sarsfields men breaking the ball down, winning good ball in the middle. This is going to be put 3 between them. Hold that one.
Special arrangements and regulations will be in place for those exiting the ground, as others may
so
be coming.
George Smith says, what's going on? Great super save by Darn, so well done, Darn.
No one will be allowed to drive a motor vehicle out
Fiona
of the
Mooney
car
says, great
park
coverage, couldn't get to the game. Come on, the
pedestrians
Crupps.
have
Well,
safely
Carrickcruppen
exited
are
the
down
ground.
here towards the end. They're down by 2. Rattling towards the end of the game. There's a half a minute to go, +2. But the Sarsfields men are winning all the battles there in the middle of the field. This goes long. If this goes over the bar, there was a hit after the ball. The ball's up in the air. The referee has spotted something. He's going to give the free. That was a hit after the ball. So Carrickcruppen down by 2. John Morrison sitting with a grin the size of Armagh City on him here. He got the tactics spot on at half time. Well, I can say from a Carrickcruppen point of view, I'm disappointed because the Carrickcruppen men, well, they just didn't do what they can do. But that's a good reflection on how Sarsfields counteracted what happened. They did realise there was a breeze in the first half, and they counteracted that by playing a double sweeper. It's up in the air, it's dropping down, it's coming down, it's dropping, and well, what a catch there. You could see the muscles on the Sarsfields man stretching all the way to the high moss. Reynolds goes one way, he goes the other, he puts it in, out comes McCullough, he gathers that one. Carrickcruppen, well, their championship hangs in the balance. 1.5 minutes gone, there's only 2 between them. They need an old goal here, and Harl took his eye of that ball. Great bit of work there. Sarsfields man lifted that up. The referee says you can't do that. Somebody says he got his foot on it, but I think he might have lifted it beforehand. Move it up. Carrickcruppen's going to put this one in among the house, and they're going to hope for the break ball. The ball comes in. It's got up by Keenan, and he pushes it over the bar. There's only 1 between them here. Can Carrickcruppen get a chance? 31 minutes gone. As the man says, I'd rather be beat by 5 than beat by 1. There's only 1 between them. 111 is 14, 13 points to 14 here towards the end. Possession is what's called for here by one or the other. We're less than half a minute. The ball comes out. It goes long. Kicked up by Sarsfields, it's on the ground, picked up here. Will this game end in a draw? Carrickcruppen, Billy Joe Patton, he offloads the pass. The ball goes back to Conor Boyle. Conor Boyle's down on the ground. The referee says that's a free. David Kelly's going to be pushing this one. He puts it long. There's 4 or 5 Sarsfields men in there. It's got up. McCullough comes out. He's down over on the far side. Referee says play on. Keenan has a chance here. He looks round. He gives it back from an impossible angle. It's pushed in and it goes in. And it's over the bar. It's a draw. Get it on here. Right at the end. 32 minutes gone. Carrickcruppen have pulled this game, and I can tell you, Jared Devlin will blow the whistle. Mark Rice came into the game. Jared Devlin's looking up. It's all square here. Excitement and destination Uri here this afternoon. Jared Devlin looks up. Billy Joe Patton tells him how long to go. He said 2 minutes. The 2 minutes is up. The ball is about to be kicked out, and Joe McManus, maybe the most experienced hack in the country. It's over. It's a draw. Carrickcruppen pulled this one back from the cliff edge right at the end. 2 scores, 1 from Keenan and 1 at the very end from a very, very impossible angle by Mark Rice to put it over the bar. Joe McManus, if I had to put £20 on him, what he says, this game could end up a draw. And it was a draw. Carrickcruppen can thank their lucky stars here this afternoon to get a draw. I'm excited here. They're listening in all around the world of Destination Uri here this afternoon. We have to thank Dara, of course, and Daniel for getting us this game live. Eugene, come over here. Eugene Craney, a Clonegale man, but a proud Sarsfields man this evening. Eugene, mighty stuff at the end.
Absolutely fantastic, Damien. The Sarsfields under 16s through their final. The Sarsfields through their quarter final here. All fairness to Carrickcruppen, they were well out of the game midway through the second half, but the battle very, very strongly, hung in, and again back to the simple tactics, launched the ball into Keenan and it actually paid off. But in all fairness, Damien, when Cruppen were coming back into it, 3 fantastic saves from Sarsfields goalkeeper Darren McAvoy kept him in the match. Very, very good decision. Good decision. Maybe not a bad performance from both teams, but I think both can improve for the second game.
No doubt about it. Eugene's wife Margaret looked in. Eugene, John Morrison very astute football brain. He called the game at half time, and Sarsfield's done exactly what John said, and a credit to them. But I tell you, Eugene, probably a draw, a good result.
It's not often John gets it right, but he got it right again, you know. But he was listening to me down there in the first half. But I give him credit, and he spotted the Sarsfield were playing very deep. They were playing an extra man defence. When they went man to man in the second half, in all fairness, Damien, it really did turn the game for Sarsfields. But I don't think there's too many people not looking forward to the replay, to be totally honest with you.
And a cracking game for our first live streaming game all around the world this evening on Destination Uri. And John, what a game. Excitement right to the final seconds here on Destination Uri.
Well, it was more than excitement. There was a lot of quality there in the first half. Both teams. Cruppen didn't maximise their chances. They dominated the game, but really it was because of Sarsfield's inability to play any sort of game. The second half, Sarsfield's went man to man, got rid of the sweepers, gave the ball for the hit, stopped the bouncing, and they were magnificent. But to be fair to Carrickcruppen, even though they couldn't get the ball off Sarsfield, it wasn't a lack of ability. It's the very fact that Sarsfield had changed their game to giving it before they were hit. But Cruppen didn't die away. They kept their head, scored some great crucial points, and in the last few minutes, as often happens, Sarsfields should have had the game buried. 2 turnovers, and they were put in the back foot by Cruppen, and the duly deserved equaliser. So over the hour, it was a deserved result. In terms of quality, that was as good a championship match, particularly second half, as I've seen from both teams.
And John, of course, Joe McManus, he's not here, but he did call this game a draw on the paper today.
Well, most people were seen as that way, and in fact, it's good for them because really they haven't got. Both of them have a pedigree in past championships. They have a tradition of good championships, and that has never died in them. And it's glad to see both of them come back. They haven't been prominent in the last few years. It probably was a good draw for both of them, and they both felt they had a chance of going through. The stronger side were the other 3 games. Now whoever wins it is going to have some confidence. They're going to have an extra game, so good luck to whoever does win it.
No doubt. And as I look out, I see Cruppen have gone down to the bottom of the stretch. Sarsfields are in their huddle, John. This is a modern thing, you know, the huddles and all this sort of stuff. Who would be the happiest team here this evening? Probably Cruppen.
Well, Cruppen will look at their dominance in the first half, and will have to look at their strengths. They took some action scores. They ran at the team. Their play was crisp, off the shoulder ball, but they didn't maximise their scoring opportunities. In the second half, Cruppen will look at the game and they'll realise that they're going to have to press the ball higher up the field, stay closer to their man, because they couldn't get the ball off Sarsfields. Not because Sarsfields were any better, because they were given the simple play. They weren't running into tackles. Sarsfields running into the tackles in the first half. Suddenly they weren't doing it, and Cruppen didn't read it and couldn't stop them. I mean, they scored 1-6 and 1-7 in a row at one time.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Carrickcruppen, I suppose, you know, it showed a bit of. I'd have to say hello to Martin Lavelle from Destination Uri. He's out there. He's a Cruppen man. He's supporting Cruppen here this evening. Carrickcruppen, they didn't panic at the end. I mean, them was 2 mighty scores to take at the end, John.
Well, Paul Keane, I mean, he's a former county player. Paul Keenan's 2 catches, which helped set up the scores. One he took himself, one that eventually broke, and he was there again to lay it off. Were excellent catch. In fact, there was some great. I mean, the 2 keepers were excellent. The treble save, young McCullough down the Cruppen end, 2 great balls onto the bar, which could have been dropped into the net. There was so much to praise, both defensively and in the forward line.
And John, of course, if you want to watch this game again, it'll be on Destination Uri from Monday on, so we can get a second chance to get a look at it, and we can go through all the points that John talked about. And of course, the Sunday Sports Show will be on between 7 and 8 tomorrow evening.
It actually would be a very good game for coaches to look at, to see the second half was a transformation for Sarsfields. It was also an idea of how a team kept its head throughout, because it looked as if they were going to be walked away with it, but they had the cushion of the lead. But when Sarsfields went ahead, most people neutrals would have said, well, they're going to win it, but they didn't. And that's down to the strength of their mental fitness of Carrickcruppen, that they hung on in there.
The people don't realise, John, that you know, the mental capacity for Cruppen at the end, that was a huge benefit to them, because you know we had 3 or 4 minors playing in Cruppen this evening, and every one of them produced for Carrickcruppen. And to come back into that game, I suppose with a minute to go, they were dead and buried.
Well, if nothing else for both teams, send them go any further. One of them's going to go further. But if they don't go any further than that, that game alone for both of them will let them know that whatever's happening, both clubs have the capacity to be on the way back from their past glories. They've got to build on it for both of them. That could be not a season changing, a decade changing for both teams, because
So just as we say that there, Dara's come in and says, will we do the second game? I'm not sure about that, but I suppose if we're here, we probably will. But I am going to have to take a break. Paul McKay says, watching on holiday in San Francisco. Come on, Cruppney, you can do it. Paul, it's great to have you watching in San Francisco. You know that old song, John, On the Bay? What's that song about On the Bay? It's a super song about San Francisco. The Carrickcruppen fans here, give the lads a good round of applause coming off. So there we go. James Doyle says Keelan got the draw with the ball. He caught it right at the end. And I have to say, James Doyle, the handballer, John, do you know him? Yes. James, well, James, I'll tell you about James. James is a super athlete. He's a brilliant guy, and he loves young footballers, and he coaches young footballers, and he gives them so much positive feedback. It's unbelievable.
To all the people out there from abroad who are probably homesick and glad to get this sort of game, they are also the lifeblood of the association all over the world, because our game is a beautiful game to play and to watch, and it is their interest spread it around the world, and hopefully you've all enjoyed it, and that everybody at home is fine, and that you stay safe away.
That is wonderful, wonderful sentiments from John Morrison. John, we're going to see if we get John in the Sunday Sports Show, because John, he's a knowledge of football. He called the game exactly as it panned out, and we have to say well done to John. I know if you're sitting watching me here all around the world, hello to Niall in Australia, and to all the lads and boys from Jamie Clark, Paddy McCullough over in New York, for all the lads that I know all around the world that's listening in. And of course, we have to thank Destination Uri and I suppose Design Works Ireland for this game this evening, because without them it wouldn't happen. We have to also thank the Armagh County Board for allowing us to do this, because this is the first time in the history of the GAA in Armagh that we have done this, and there's no question about it that this is the future for Gaelic games, and it doesn't take away from the spectacle that is the live game, because if that's the case, why would people go to the finals or go to the games? But it's great for the people that's away from home, and we're very privileged and very proud to be able to bring this to you this afternoon. Dara has just come in and he says to me, will we do the second game? And I think, Dara, we're going to go with the second game here. So folks, you're getting a double dose here this afternoon. I have to go and organise a lift home for a couple of people. The second game is Pearse Oaks versus Ballymacnab, so it's going to be a cracking game. Pearse Oaks from Armagh here will be playing in the second game. Down, I've just captured back my programme. Pearse Oaks are playing Ballymacnab, and the Pearse Oaks from Armagh. Pearse Oaks versus Ballymacnab. Sean is away ahead of us here. Dara's away ahead of us. So thanks a million for everybody for tuning in for the first game. I'll tell you what, for excitement, it was phenomenal. It was absolutely brilliant. I thought Cruppen was out. They thought they were dead and buried, but they come back and they fought right to the end. And of course, they got the old score. So I'm going to have to take a wee break. I'm going to have to dump all the messages out of my phone here. I left my laptop in a hurry to get up here this evening, so my fault totally. But it's been an absolute pleasure to bring you the very first live stream game from Destination Uri. So if you stay with us here for 10 minutes, we'll maybe get the camera on the crowd and you can see what's happening here in the Morgan Athletic Ground. And if you're feeling sick and you're feeling a wee bit lonesome tonight, or you're away from home and all that, drop us a wee line on the wee comments box, or text somebody or ring somebody and tell them to fire us in a message, and we'll give you a wee shout out, no matter what part of the world you're in, whether you're there tomorrow or here today, or at the top of the world or the bottom of the world. We're here in Destination Uri, and we're bringing the game live all the way around the world, coast to coast, pole to pole, satellite to satellite, here this afternoon. Last night, cracking games in Park Esther. Here tonight, cracking games in Armagh. And of course, later on, tomorrow evening, the Sunday Sports Show, which will be great fun, 7 to 8. And then Monday evening, between match and Monday evening from Park Esther, I believe, another couple of live games from Destination Uri. So stay with us. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Be back in a minute. How you, Francis?
You're very welcome back for our second feast of football here from the athletic grounds of Jerry Flynn. Jerry, you're very welcome to Destination this evening.
No problem, Adrian. Thanks very much. Great evening for football here in Armagh. Hopefully playing in a better setting. The sun's gone down, will help the players. It'll be a bit cooler for them to play here. Expect this to be a very tight match. All the pundits have been forecasting an easy win for Pearson. I can't see that. Ballymacon will certainly give a serious challenge here tonight.
Jerry, of course, you've coached a lot of these guys here tonight because you've been involved with Armagh under these last couple of years. And as you said, everybody has put they've put it for Oaks that Oaks will win this game. You reckon Ballymacon can come back and just maybe pull one out of the bag here?